Hey, hey. um, Speaker. Cool. So now we should be good to go. I'm using my AirPods, so I'll see about the sound quality. Probably not the best, but we're gonna keep on rocking and rolling. Um, and I'm also trying to get Instagram on here. And I'm wondering why it's not working. Instagram has been weird these last few times, but we'll go ahead and likely continue without them. We have to. Yeah, I can't even edit the stream key, but feel bad. I mean, I miss Instagram. I want Instagram to go well. But again, let's go ahead and just jump right into the business end of things, okay? So today is day 9, okay, of launching a trading bot using AI, or in other words, using AI to launch a fully customized, automated, beautiful trading bot, okay? We've gone through all of these days 0 through 8, right? So technically this is day 9, but again, so we're going to go through, right? First things first, we're going to go through all of the past, you know, results, and then from there, we'll launch a new bot. Whatever one we haven't launched so far is the one we'll do. If you have any recommendations on which bot we need to launch, right? If you have a strategy that you want to test, whatever you want to do, just leave it in the comments below, right? Or wherever, right? So I'm live broadcasting on LinkedIn, Facebook, a bunch of different places. Not Instagram, apparently, YouTube, right? But wherever you're seeing this, just leave a comment and tell me what strategy you want to test. I'll see it, and then we'll be sure to test out that strategy, right? But yeah, this is Arcade. We're going to be using this, beautiful, awesome software to actually, monitor our bots and also launch bots. So day 0 is going to be the 5-minute SMA crossover strategy. As you can see here, these are, the descriptions, 50 period, and this is the settings, right? Right now we're on Tesla, 10% of our portfolio. And there is a reason I put the blood symbol here, right? Because previously, right, we haven't checked this since Thursday of last week. Today is Monday, right? So there's been 2 full market days of data that we missed or that we haven't checked. So as soon as I click over into this performance tab, right, we're going to get an update, right? And we're going to see, right? So what is the performance of the 5-minute SMA crossover strategy? And it is still one trade, negative $8,665. And so that's still, no updates there. It's the same thing as what we had last time. So we'll wait for it to take more trades. And again, SMA typically is going to take less trades than other strategies. That being said, let's move on to day 1. Historically speaking, this RSI overbought oversold strategy on the 5-minute frame has made us the most money. And again, here's the description. Here are the settings that we have. Looks like it's actually trading on the 1 minute. But let's go ahead and check the performance of this RSI overbought oversold strategy. Oh, nice. $4,175. I think that is, yeah, I mean, look at it. And the market's been tanking recently. So yeah, I mean, the last day we checked it, it may have been, let me open up a calendar. So 14, so 13, yeah, so 13. So the last time we checked this, it has gone up 457. It's gone up like it's doubled. It's doubled since the last time we checked it. It was at 457. In terms of our profit, sorry, our profit has doubled. So we made $457 the last time we checked it, and now we're up to $824 in terms of total profit. And again, this is like in addition to this amount. Actually, this is kind of confusing. Now that I'm looking, like, how do I read this? You know what I mean? Cumulative P&L. So like this P&L is telling me one thing, but this P&L is telling me a different thing. Maybe it's like a per trade P&L. It might be a per trade P&L. You know? So look, we have some data here that maybe we could kind of back into the actual answer, right? So we have $483 average win here. Let's back this up. Let's look at it. Yeah, it is all time. Oh no, here we go. Here's all time. Yeah, there we go. This is gonna be better. So I need to tell my engineer that. So I think this is your profit on the week. This is your profit on the week. Okay, this isn't a rolling average of your portfolio value, right? This is your rolling profit. So we started this. We started trading with $2,828, and since then we've grown that to $4,214. And it seems like a little off. Oh, that's because of the gross P&L. So this is not net. So net of fees, this is our profit. Which again, but this is our gross profit, right? So yeah, I mean, we've doubled, or not doubled, not quite, but really approaching, doubling our profit here. So that's really great. And we started trading on the 27th of October. So in about a month, yeah, so it's a 17, less than a month. So what is that? Like 20 days? About 20 days, we made $4,175. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's the RSI overbought, oversold, $4,175 profit in 20 days. So that's good news. But now let's move on to day 2. Listen, I put a blood drop and an exclamation point here because the RSI divergence strategy was absolute dog shit last time we checked it. But we're going to see right now, it's been 2 days since we had checked it. Yeah, we're still down. But again, I think this is way improved. This was like negative $9,000, if I remember correctly. Yeah, see this huge jump? This huge jump in Tesla huge jump in Tesla led to a real big improvement in our P&L. That's on the week. But yeah, see, we were down big. I checked it again. The last time I took a trade was on the 10th, and we were down, right? So like the total P&L is way down here. We were down $3,990. No, sorry, we were down 16,000. Fuck. We were down $16,548. Right here is the purple line. We were going to pay attention here too. And I really don't like, and so by the way, so I own Arcade, right? So like I'm looking at this as a user who's like, monitoring their bots, but also as someone who is like, has control over these things. And so right now I'm looking at this and the graph is kind of confusing, if I'm being honest with you, right? Like, so we have the orange line, the green line, and the purple line, but over here it is the purple, the green, and orange. So it's kind of backwards, right? Like I wish it was kind of, the same thing, if that makes sense. Like the bigger the number, sorry, like the one on top, the one in the middle, one on bottom. See how it's like total P&L, NVIDIA, Tesla, just kind of, I mean, I guess I get it because the total P&L is right here. It's reflective of this. It's not necessarily reflective of the chart. I guess I kind of get it. But yeah, at one point in time, we were down $16,000, but now we're down, thanks to a huge run for Tesla. Like, dude, Tesla went from negative $4,000 to positive 8,000 and 9,000. So yeah, we came back big on that one. So this has turned into just we'll change this. We'll make it into just a single blood drop rather than the exclamation point. So what are we? Let's go ahead and save this. So right, I think that was, so let's call it negative $8,000. How much do we make on this one? Negative 8,000. So we're like a negative $4,000 for the first 3 days. The bots from the first 3 days. Let's look at day 4. I think this was profitable last time I checked. Oh, yep, flipped. So negative $584 from the 5-minute MACD crossover strategy. Yeah, it was profitable and then it tanked. Oh no, it kind of, I guess it improved. I mean, not by much, like $10. So now we're down negative $4,500 ballpark. I put an eyeball here because this one was good to watch. The back test performed really, really well. So let's check the Bollinger Band squeeze strategy here. Still no trades. So the back test performed really, really well. So we're just gonna let it, we're gonna let it run. But still no trades. The indicator has not triggered under these conditions. Okay, so again, we launched all these bots, and the platform basically runs it. It monitors the market for you under these conditions, and the conditions just have yet to be met. So that's why we don't have any trades for this one. The stochastic overbought reversal strategy. Let's go ahead and check this one. This is day 6. This one, again, no trades on this one. Nothing exciting. Let's go to day 7. Daily support and resistance, nothing. Cool, no trades. The orb strategy, let's go ahead and check this one. Nothing here either. And this back test I ran for a YouTube commenter. Again, if you have a request for what strategies you want actually tested, just comment them, and I'll test them. On today's day 9, right? We're about to launch a bot together. And I'm just going to pick a random one from the AI recommendations. But again, if like Peter dropped this one in the comments, right? If you want me to test a strategy for you, and I'll show you the back test, I'll launch the bot for you, all that stuff, and we'll monitor it, on this little program we have together, right? And I'll just show you the results, right? And again, if you want to go in and you don't want to share your strategy in public and you just want to actually test it, again, the link is also below, right? If you want to just go ahead and sign up for the software, right? This is available to you as a retail trader. So again, feel free to check that out. But for now, right? So our total P&L for our 8 bots, right? We started about 20 days ago. Was the first day, right? On this, we're negative $4,500, right? And again, you might be like, fuck, like that sucks, right? Like, I'm not happy about that. Number one, I want to say this is not my personal trading, right? I launched these bots. It's all paper trading, right? So it's not real money. My real money, yes, it's being managed by this software. And I manage nearly $2 million using this software. But it's totally different strategy. My strategy is not here. It's on a different account that is to actually manage my money. This is just a demo account that I use for actually broadcasting here. But yeah, so and another thing too is like I'm doing this. That's the first thing. This is not my money. This is paper trading. But at the same time, like number 2, I'm doing this so you can have data, right? Like, and that's the cool thing too is like retail traders now have data that they never had in the past, right? Like I remember when I first started trading at 17. Like I literally had to download, and I actually knew I taught myself some code early on in college. And so I knew a little bit about, coding, and I knew a little bit about, investing. But at the very beginning of time, right, when I first started trading at 17, I knew nothing. I was basically gambling as we all do. I had my Robinhood account, and, basically I just, whenever I saw the stocks go green, and I'm talking about blue chip stocks, right? It's like McDonald's, right? I was like, oh, McDonald's is going up today. And I purchased, right? I bought some shares, and, maybe like for a few seconds, it would go green. I'd make a, few pennies. And then I saw it go down, right? I was like losing a few pennies, right? And immediately I would sell because I was scared. And so that was my strategy, right? That I was using at that time. And you have a strategy whether you know it or not, right? But if it's not making any money, it sucks, right? Don't use a fucking shitty strategy. Use a great strategy. Use a winning strategy. Find one. And again, this is why I'm even bringing this up. I wish I had this when I first started trading. I wish I, and that's why I built it, right? Like this thing makes your life so much easier. You have the data to know, right? You know now, right? Like you can just know, right? And you don't have to trade anymore. I don't have to watch my phone. I don't have to watch the stocks every single day. I don't have to worry. I could back test the strategies, which we're going to do right now, right? We're going to simply just ask the AI for some trading ideas. Hey, dude, like, our AI assistant, right? You can call it whatever you want, call it Archie, call it whatever you want, but we're going to ask it for some trading ideas, and then we're going to literally just test it, right? We're going to literally just hop on, launch the bot, right? Program it however we want using plain English, right? We've already used, so let's see, the RSI diversion strategy is the one. So we asked for 10 strategies. We got 10, right? And let's say so eventually we're going to run out of these strategies, right? These 10, we're going to do day 11, 12, 13, to infinity and beyond. But at that point in time, I can just be like, give me 25 more, right? Give me 25 more and it will give me 25 more. We'll get to that point. But for right now, let's just see. So on day 0, we had the SMA crossover. But okay, so divergence strategy, RSI divergence strategy. Yep, we have that one taken care of. Losing money on that one right now. Dual moving average crossover. So, I don't think we have. This is a Forex strategy. But we don't have that one. And again, pretty much any strategy you use will work. It's kind of agnostic. Like it's asset agnostic. So we're just going to use the dual moving average crossover. So all you have to do to build a bot using this software is it's just say please build me a trading bot using the dual moving average crossover. You could say it like that, or what I like to do. It takes a little less time, but I'm just going to show you. So you just say, so it's number 2, right? Using number 2, right? And it knows. So you don't even have to take the time to type everything out. Ideally, I want you to join our software. And as we get more and more people, we'll be able to build more and more cool stuff, right? We have so much more planned. But one thing that would be cool is just voice to text, right? You could just click and just tell it what you want. I love voice to text. Makes your life way easier, especially whenever I think about, building stuff for people, I want to make it as easy as possible. And so I think about my dad using it, for example, and he doesn't trade, right? But how can I make it to where my dad would have no issues? You just simply put voice to text. He's a plumber, right? My dad's a plumber. So big, huge, meaty hands, can't hardly type, presses 2 buttons at one time. Yeah, he loves voice to text. So that's kind of how I think about it. But anyways, so we are going to be doing the, the dual moving average crossover strategy today. And it knows, right? We asked number 2, it knows exactly what we want. And it's going to ask us, now we're playing a game of 20 questions, right? What time frame do we want, right? So per the strategy idea, so I pretty much always go with the recommendations. You could yell at me. I want you to yell at me, right? I want you to yell at me. I want you to tell me, give me a strategy to test out. I'm happy to test out whatever strategy you want. But for right now, I'm just going to go with what it recommends, right? So it says it's a 1 hour time frame, right? So we could do that, but I'm actually going to override it this time. I want to do the 5-minute time frame because honestly, I want to take a lot of trades for you guys, right? I really do. I want to show you guys some results right away. So we'll have the but again, if you want to change it and do the 1 hour time frame, whatever you want to do, just let me know and we could test it out, right? So entry conditions. Let's see if this is so when the 50 period SMA crosses above the 200 period SMA, perfect, great. And you just literally just answer the questions. It's going to give you, I think it's 4 questions really, and then we're good to go. So sell when the 50 period SMA crosses. So great, right? That's fine. 4 is going to be there are no time restrictions. Clarify further. Could you mention the following? So are you using the close price? And I love this, right? So this AI really wants to know exactly how you trade, right? So again, we asked it to give us some strategy ideas, but you could also program, let's say you come up with your own, indicator, and you come in and you're, a brilliant trader, and you have, your situation. You could just tell it, right? And then if it's not clear, right, it'll ask you those questions, right? And it'll get really, really clear about what exactly you're looking for, which I love, as someone who's spent a lot of time, dealing with this stuff. This is such a cool, almost like a back and forth interaction to make sure we get it exactly right. So anyways, sure, we'll use a close price. So trade 24/7, right? Number 1, we have to figure out, because right here it's time restrictions. So we're going to say, 24/7. And then use close price. Any conditions For the exit, so like, we for us right now, we're not going to use take profit stop loss. You could, right? You could program really whatever you want just using plain English, but I'm just going to say no. Do you have any preferred Forex pair for the strategy? And again, so our platform, Arcade, does not support Forex currently. We're only integrated with the broker that has options, stocks, and crypto and ETFs. And like, so basically everything that trades on the New York Stock Exchange plus crypto, you could trade here. So right here, I'm going to say no. And we don't have to really worry. We could change what asset we want later on. So we don't have to choose an asset right now. So are there any specific trading days or hours we should avoid? No. Cool. So we're just going to submit those answers, and then shortly here, it should be able to confirm exactly what we want, and then or it'll summarize what we want, and then we'll confirm it, and then we'll launch a bot, right? So it's going to be pretty simple. So yep, here it is. So perfect. Here's the final specifications for your dual moving average crossover strategy. We have the 5-minute time frame, entry conditions, exit conditions, time restrictions, and just a a kind of warning, right? Like, dude, you're dealing with some serious stuff here, very powerful stuff. And we know that, right? Because again, we have been doing this for a while now, and you should know this if you're trading, right? And if you're new to trading, this is real money, right? There's ramifications for choosing a bad strategy, right? But I will tell you one thing: the worst strategy you could have is none at all. You're basically leaving it to chance, and if you leave it to chance, this is not about hard work, right? Like trading, you don't really have. You've probably seen these Instagram influencers or really wealthy people on Wall Street. It's not about working particularly hard, right? But it's about making the right decisions at the right time, right? And so it's the hard work comes with the research beforehand, right? Like you need to do all your research beforehand to make sure that you have chosen correctly, you have made the right decision. But the actual deciding, right? Like we're going to have everything automated. It's going to make it so easy. But so where you have to come in is make sure that you have the right strategy, right? The vehicle to the promised land is not how much effort you're putting in trading, right? It's, I need to pick a winning strategy, right? Hopefully that makes sense, right? If you're picking boats, it's not about, necessarily which boat goes the fastest, right? You don't care about that. It's really simple. Just look at what boat doesn't have holes in it, right? You just want a boat to get you there, right? Doesn't really matter, right? And so that's what we're doing here. So this AI has extracted all the rules. It's generated a code base using those rules, and it's also refined as I've been sort of yapping to you. And now, as you can see here, it actually launched our trading bot, right? It's a dual moving average crossover, which it told it that's what we wanted. So that's perfect. It gave us the full description. And again, it gives us the settings here. And so if we want to change these settings, super easy. We just change them. But for now, we're going to leave them and rename this and then call it the day 9, because today is day 9 of this wonderful, momentous, activity that we do together. And so we're going to save this. We'll launch. This is how we launch the bot. We're going to launch the bot in a little bit. First, we're going to backtest. Okay, we're going to go over here and backtest Apple. But again, you could backtest any asset, any ticker, right? Crypto. You could even backtest options strategies as well using. We have live options data here. But again, we'll circle back and tackle that later. That's not looking good, guys. Honestly, 28.6% win rate. Lost about $70. Remember, we're dealing with 10 shares here, 14 trades. Again, we could see the whole breakdown here, the equity curve, the entire trade history. It's not looking great. Let's go ahead and check NVIDIA. Again, if you want me to see, if you have a specific ticker you want me to test as well, you just let me know. Any questions whatsoever, you feel free to let me know, and I'm happy to help out. And again, we are pulling live data here, right, from the backtest. From our data providers and crunching the numbers according to our strategy. It's about the exact same. It's about the exact same here in terms of our results. We're slightly profitable, but it's not looking super great for this strategy. I don't have high hopes, but we're going to launch it. We're going to launch it. NVIDIA did slightly better. So we're going to launch it on NVIDIA. And this is really all it takes to launch, right? Your strategy. If you want to change your entry sizings, you put this. If you want to change your dollar per trade, your entry sizing, you can do allocation percentage, dollar per trade that you're willing to risk, or units, shares, contracts you want to trade. We just do 10% of our portfolio. I don't recommend doing this or that, right? You have to make your own decisions there. This is literally just for, the purpose of, giving you data to see what strategies, like I'm hopefully removing some work from you and also kind of showing you what technology has available for you now, right? So yeah, that bot has officially run, right? It's officially live trading for us. That's as simple. I know I minimized how cool that was because I was talking, but like literally as I was talking, like it was I'm able to multitask, right? And make it so quick that it almost we forgot to even mention it. That's how easy it is to launch a trading bot on this software. I cannot overstate it, right? Like, that used to take me, right, to launch this trading bot, used to take me and my team months of time. Just the meeting to diagnose, right, and to define, our strategy took an hour, right? And then months of development time if we have to code that on our own. But the AI just makes it so quick and easy. I mean, you literally just put it right here, right? Flip a switch and boom, right? So guys, I really appreciate hanging out with you. That is day 9 of using AI to launch a custom trading bot. Like I said, if you have a strategy that you want tested, you leave it down in the comments below. I'm happy to test any strategy you want. Again, last week, Peter from YouTube asked us to test the orb strategy. It was not very good. And again, maybe I set the settings up wrong. Maybe I chose the wrong ticker. You let me know. But if you have a strategy that you want tested, you just leave it in the comments below. I'll test it and, I'll update you with the results. And I think it'd be really, really cool to kind of have a back and forth there. And again, subscribe, follow, and share this with people who would find it interesting because not a lot of people know about this technology, right? And so, yeah, that being said, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Peace out. Bye-bye.